Hello, good evening. I mean, you probably don't know if it's day or night based on the amount of light in this room, but anyway, it's night time. And I'm a bit slow getting you the live feed today on the Power Up Challenge. So, yesterday we talked about, what did we talk about? Oh, I can't even remember now. Is that terrible? I'll have to have a look. I'll tell you what we talked about if you haven't seen that. That was about making habits. That was massive, actually. That was so important to make a mini habit. In fact, we're going to do exactly what we did yesterday. And we stood up. We just did our calf raises. So mini habits were going back to really, really small, no fail, no excuse actions, right? So that was making exercise so stupid easy that there was no resistance. So the idea was to get past that resistance of moving and you know, the idea of exercise, but actually making it so silly easy. And that's the same with any habit that you're trying to break, you know, to create, yeah, was to make it so simple that your brain had no resistance to that, yeah, had no way of going, oh, I don't really want to do that, or no, you know, not feeling comfortable, that kind of stuff. So you're telling yourself you can't do something. So that's what we talked about yesterday, making habits stick, making new habits, and how to create new habits that actually have no resistance, and then you can build on it from there. Because while I'm standing up doing some calf raises, hey, I may as well do, I don't know, some knee lifts as well. No brainer, right? So it was just getting your brain to pass that point of resistance and excuse making, yeah? So that was what we talked about yesterday. Today is about mindset. Mindset is everything, right? So and this is how, I suppose, over this challenge, I've really targeted all the things that are quite, their mindset, right? If you want to lose weight, if you want to, I suppose, any kind of shift, any kind of change, any kind of creative, creating a change, it's all mindset, right? Everything we do is mindset. So if your mindset or your belief isn't, a positive one, isn't on target with, you know, aligned with what you're trying to achieve, obviously you're not going to achieve it. You have to get your mind where you need to be, right? So I believe this is true, and I spend a lot more time coaching clients for weight loss on their mindset, because we have to get that right? You need to work on the major things. So weight loss is the last thing to focus on if your thoughts don't support you moving forward, yeah? So your thoughts, and you have to create a positive mindset, a vibe, an attitude, and you need to be able to ignore the negatives, right? And work more on the positives and increasing the positives, yeah? So it's impossible to ignore them completely, but it's possible to grow the positive emotions so to outweigh the negative. So, you know, we talked about moving on and getting that resistance low. And it's certainly possible to choose positive thoughts and change the negative ones. So that actually, you've got to be able to choose them, to be able to see them, to be able to act and believe in the positive, and then not choose the negative, right? You can't believe everything you think. You can't believe everything you think, right? It's a thought. It's not actually you. You have, you know, you actually are able to see them coming in and out. Whether you choose to believe what you see coming in and out is up to you. So you need to be aware of your negative thoughts. You need to see them show up. Know that they are not you, right? They're just your thoughts. You can choose to ignore them, kick them to the curb if they're not helpful. So you need to, I suppose, also be aware of how they're making you feel, yeah, because obviously your thoughts are going to create an emotion, yeah. So if your thoughts are, I'm a piece of crap, of course your emotions are going to be, I feel crap, yeah, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, yeah. That's a pretty harsh example, but I'm just saying, right? So I did see one thing on Facebook recently which I really loved. Fear lies, right? So these thoughts are there to keep you under, you know, to keep you in your comfort zone, right? So they're there. There might be a long belief attached to that when you were a kid, when you were a teenager, when you're in high school, whatever, you know, you've had bad experiences with relationships, whatever it is, that belief has been formed to protect you, right? It's not always true. So you can choose what you believe. They're not all true. So fear, if it's based from fear, of either not being good enough, being scared to try something, whatever your thought is telling you, it's based on fear, right? So you need to be aware of that and let it go. So not paying it attention, possibly reframing it, and I've got some tasks for you to learn how to reframe your positive, your negative thought into a positive one, or into a more helpful thought, yeah? So eventually you'll be able to have more positive than the negatives, and that's the aim of trying to be more aware. There's a really great book that I read recently on Melissa Ambrosini. So she believes we all have a mean boy or a mean girl, right? So this was she talked about being aware and acknowledging your mean girl and going, yeah, I hear you, but, I'm just going to ignore you, right? So I suppose someone in a bitch is another term you hear. So focusing on the positives, how to see the negatives, and it is sabotage, right? Your inner girl, or your inner bitch, or your inner mean girl, she's out to sabotage. She wants to keep you safe and stuck just where you are, right? So that is I suppose that's the job of your mean girl, right? You don't have to ignore it. And like I said, it might have been formed when you were in high school. It might have been formed from a shitty relationship you had. Something has formed that thought to protect you, your negative thoughts, yeah? But you need to grow from that. Grow out of that. See them for what they are and choose them. Another really great author, Elizabeth Gilbert, who I adore. I love her brain. I love the way she thinks. She says you should be able to choose your thoughts like you choose your clothes. And I thought, isn't that awesome? So just be aware. So one of the tasks that I've given you today is catching your negative thoughts, right? So being aware of your thoughts. When they come in, choose just to observe it. You can let it go. You do not react with emotion. You just observe it. So it takes a while to practice observing them coming in and out, but you can do it, right? So it's very important to be able to observe and be aware of what's happening, right? It's not you, it's your thoughts. You can change that. So write down so one of the tasks is number A. So to help you observe these negative thoughts, I want you to write down random thoughts, say negative thoughts that you often repeat in your head, right? That's a typical thought that you say to yourself quite often, right? Or sometimes you might write them down as they come in, or as you remember them for the day, right? Some things that you've said to yourself in certain situations. If they're repeat offenders, you will know that random thought because you'll have said it to yourself a million times, yeah? And it might be something to do with the fact that you don't like your body, you don't like yourself when you look in the mirror, you don't like, I don't know, it'll be something that repeatedly hammers you down, yeah? That you know that negative thought very well. So I want you to write them down, yeah? And I want you to helps you start being aware of the things that are coming in as they pop up, yeah? Then we're going to try and reframe those. So you've written them in your notebook, and then I want you to look at how we can swap the negative thought that you've had to a positive thought, right? So it's very, very black and white in this case, and it can be as basic as anything, but I want you to try and learn how to reframe something that you say to yourself quite often in more of a positive way. And we can talk more about that if you want. That's a whole new ball game. But if you want to just begin, right? We're just beginning to open this up in your mind that this is possibility, right? And then I want you to learn how to question them. Like I said, you can't believe everything you think. So with all hearts of hearts, honest truth, I want you to circle true or false. So all the things that you've written down, if you wrote down a page of negative shit that comes to your head often, I want you to circle with all your heart whether they are true or false, right? Because I want you to see the BS. I want you to start being aware of BS, noticing BS, and being honest with yourself as to what is really happening and whether you really are believing things that are so not true about yourself, yeah? And it might be that you can't control yourself. You binge eat, you're an emotional eater. Whatever it is that you believe about yourself, that you're not good enough, you're not pretty, you're not smart, you're not thin enough, I'm just trying to think whatever else, you've got no energy, whatever it is that you're often telling yourself, question it. Learn to question it, because there's only one way you're going to go forward and move out of that, and to shift to a more positive vibe and mind frame, attitude. It's all in that. If you're trying to lose weight, you're not going to do it with a negative mindset, and you're not going to do it with beating yourself up. And that's what that inner mean girl is. She's beating you up every time you try and step out of line, right? And you try and step up, yeah? So this whole challenge was about challenging our mindset, stepping up to be more strong, more powerful. That's what we need, right? You need this mindset to help you. So, you know, we could talk about so many ways that we could feel in our power. These are the main things that I find common in coaching women and that we struggle with. And it comes down to mindset every time, right? If you want to talk to me about things that are bugging you in regards to mindset and how you can give that inner bitch a kick up the ass and get her moving, yeah, and get her out of your life, let's just start with noticing and being aware that there is one. There is an inner girl in there nagging you, telling you negative stuff every time you try and step up and become a bigger version of yourself, a better version of yourself, a less scared version of yourself, more confident, strong. I want you to start questioning that inner mean girl, right? Because there's no proof. It's a belief that you've held, and you'll have your reasons, but let's get on to that, yeah? Let's make a difference to your mindset, yeah? Because that does affect everything that you do and everything you're going to do, yeah? So that's it for my session tonight, my day tonight. We're in day 9, so we've tackled a lot of things, yeah, and they're all, you know, it's all around mindset and stepping up into your power, losing weight, whatever you're trying to achieve. You know, I've taught, you know, this is it, right? So tomorrow we're talking about being calm and how that's a superpower. So all of these things help you step up into your next version, next level, yeah? So it's not all going to be relevant to you, but have a look at the, if you go through the group, all the videos from day 1, you know, each day is a different topic. There'll be something that you struggle with, I'm certain of it, yeah? There is a free ebook, which if you haven't downloaded, I can email you, so let me know. And if you want to have a chat, a free discovery call, please message me and we can talk about whatever you like, whatever is bugging you, whatever is holding you back from being amazing, yeah? All right, so that's my night. So I'm off to organise everyone's dinner. It's ready. No one's eating it yet, that's all. So if there's any questions, please message me. I'm so happy to help. All right, I will talk to you soon. Okay, girls, bye. Oh, it didn't work. Sorry. Try again.